Episode 5. I don't know. uh, oh. Oh, shit. Out of the fucking, right back into the game. Fucking out of the gate swinging into the tune. um... Somehow I just started my stream. Somehow I just started my stream as well as recording. I want to see if there's a video of it. That should be interesting. Yes, Queen, there is. I want to watch this backy. Oh shit! That's good. All right. Anyway, I don't know how I hit the stream button, but oh wait. Oh shit! Out of the fucking, right back into the game, fucking out of the gate swinging into the tune. Okay. This is part of the episode, trust me, it's okay. This is embarrassing though. I just started my stream again. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But apparently it's, this is all part of the episode. This is, trust me. Is this like, is this also? Okay. I don't, whatever. Okay. Bubblegum dog. Ah, shit. So we're doing a trolley episode after all. I don't really. I know some of the OGs are waiting for me to say it. Yes, I'm going through rough times. It's weird because, and I'm not sure if this applies to other things, but I think that I like have these ideas to record for this channel, and like I feel like for the past 3 days maybe I've been thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, you know, I should really do a recording when I'm not in a bad mood. Because that's just how I feel. Like I still feel like recording, but for some reason I never end up actually doing it until I happen to be in a bad mood. I mean, I'm not in a bad mood per se. But you know, it's like any other video. It's like something is kind of there under the surface of the water, coasting by. But you know, oh shit, I'm gonna die. You know, I don't really think I care to talk about it or anything. I mean, I kind of usually don't, I guess. But I don't know. I don't really have anything to say today. I just felt like just recording an episode and just being here instead of wherever my mind is. I want my mind to be here. I kind of thought that killed. Oh my god, Jelly. You're fucking going hammy. We should call you. We should have called you Hammy. Should have called you Mamo. When you get to this episode, what will you think, Mold? I mean, okay, what's today? March 16th, 2022, 222. I was just watching a Chaz VOD. Oh, what the fuck? Now I'm probably gonna die. I might die just because I don't have any more of that dude, Jelly is really coming in clutch though. What if he tried so hard and then he just gets shit on by this last cog? I feel like my voice is like really I don't know, raspy. It's like so low that it's like keeps kind of cutting out, like physically. I predicted the outcome of this battle. I'm definitely gonna die. I just thought Jelly was ready. Oh, sure. I don't know if it matters. He is doing a sufficient amount of misses. Like, I credit him for that, Mrs. Jelly. Ugh. Dude, Jelly. Oh, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Dude, that was almost... What? A fucking fourth. Bro, come on, man. Help! Help! Why don't they have the SOS option anymore, Smirky? Well, I don't know. Well, that fucking sucks. Dude, way to rain on Jelly's parade. Way to rain on my parade. Can I kill him in 3 seltzers? I don't know if it matters. Oh. What kind of shit is that? I swear there's like somebody at the Toon desk who's just like, oh, this guy thinks he's gonna do his first fucking one story. But guess what? And he types like a matrix command and it sends in another fucking Smith. Oh! I don't think it matters. I don't think this is gonna kill. Oh! 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 I don't know why I'm having these reactions. It's like a sports game. Oh! I don't know. Okay. Alright. Well, that was fucking just annoying. I don't really know, man. I don't really know. We've been playing a lot of FromSoft gaming lately. We've been playing Dark Souls 3, been playing Elden Ring. Love both of those games. Very cool. I started playing Elden Ring, I put like 30 hours into it. And then I was like, you know what? I don't know why, but I got kind of stuck in Elden Ring, and then I ended up finally doing it, like getting unstuck, and then I just felt kind of discouraged by the whole thing. So I was like, you know, I'll just play 3. I've been wanting to play 3, and it felt weird to go back when the game just came out. But 3 is great. It's very fun. It's very awesome. Very cool game. And yeah, so now I'm stuck in 3. Anyway, the point is, I've been thinking about how, like, nowadays, if I want to play Dark Souls, I'll just not. Because I feel like it's going to, if I'm in kind of a shitty mood in any way, I feel like I shouldn't play Dark Souls. Because it's just gonna, like, It's just gonna piss me off. There's 2 1-stories. I'm not falling for it. Not falling for it. It feels weird to be recording an episode. Sometimes I think I sit down and I record an episode, and maybe at some point it feels refreshing, like it feels nice to be back. But like sometimes I also just have a lot of like self-deprecation associated. Like I feel like sometimes I want to bring something a little different or like interesting to an episode, where somebody might watch it and be like, oh, like there's something going on here that's not like the other episodes or whatever. And I may do that yet, but I just mean that like I just turned on the recording and I just walked around and I was like listening to myself talk for like the first 10 seconds, and I was just like, God, I'm so boring and everything is just everything is just I don't know, the same. Sometimes I just hate listening to myself talk. Get sick of it. I'm a very boring person. I've said this a few times on my Let's Play, I think. I know I've said it at least once. I don't know when that started. I guess I just became like a hermit. Yeah. I used to have this like incredible wanderlust. And it was like, you know, it's weird for me to say that like it's no big deal, because it was a huge deal. Like it was something that I feel like I should have been prideful about, the fact that I just wanted to travel and go so many places so badly. But I just never took the step out of fear. And just I felt like I needed to do other things in life first. And you know, when I was like 14, maybe even younger, I wanted to drive so bad and just have a car. Well, I wasn't like interested. I didn't care about a car really. I was just really, I just wanted to go somewhere. I just wanted to go places. I wanted to be able to drive. That's what I was thinking. Not necessarily have a car or anything. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I want to get a Jetta and fucking jet out of this joint, jet back to my place, pop in a Blu-ray. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about that. I just was thinking I just want to drive. And then by the time the age for driving here is 16. I think like you can get at age 16, I think you get your learners, and then you have to have that for like a certain amount of time before you can go to take your license test, which would be a full out driving test. But I believe to get your learners, you just have to like take a computer test. But by the time I was about that age, you know, maybe even before, I was just not even interested in driving anymore. You know, it's like kind of like a cliche thing for everybody to be so like down with driving, so ready to put the fucking pedal to the metal and get on the road and live, you know, and see the world. But by the time I was eligible to drive, I just didn't care about it anymore. I was already kind of done with it. I was just like, whatever. And now I don't even like the idea of driving. I mean, it's been it's been like a lot of years since then, but now I'm actually kind of like almost afraid of it. Like it feels like the only reason I'd want to do it is like as a hobby, and it's a hobby that just doesn't interest me now. I just don't really care. You know what's great is walking. See, like, and I don't know how I sound when I say stuff like this, but it's just like, it's just how I feel now, kinda. Like, I remember I had jury duty maybe in like 2020 or something for the first time. I had just turned 18. I had just turned 18 in 2020. No, I think it must have been a little before that then. I'm pretty sure it was right when I turned 18, so it must have been in 2019. Because I had my birthdays at the end of the year. So, or is that how that works? No, it would have been 2018. I'm stupid. Yeah, 2018, sorry. So I think it was around 2018. It was right at the beginning of the year. I think I got a jury summons. Yeah, it must have been 2018, unless I'm just remembering it wrong and I was like 20 or something. But I had this terrible anxiety. For those that don't know, I don't really talk about it, but part of the reason I'm such a failure in life is because of my crippling anxiety. I don't like to say crippling, but that's the best way I could describe it, is that it prevents me from doing anything, going anywhere. And so, anyway, I even left school because of it. I never graduated. I think I left midway through my sophomore year of high school. I just left and just said, I don't know, but I don't know what. And I was also, you know, just not down with school. Wasn't for me. I don't really think it's for anybody. Except the nerds! But, I love school. And then, like, I think the next year, maybe, was when I got a jury summons. And, anyway, I was terrified. My heart was beating when I got the news. My mom, like, came into the dining room and said I got a jury summons, and she's like, but listen, you can either go get it over with in February, I think it was in February, or you can do a thing where you can postpone it online to a date of your choosing, and if they happen to have no jury that day or whatever, then you're just excused, or maybe they'll reschedule you again or something. And so I was like, okay, how about like October? Well, I didn't say October, my mom did, because she said she didn't want to drive in the snow. I don't know if it was October, I just know she said before winter. And I think it was October. And so, yeah, I mean, so the point was that I was gonna work on my anxiety for that year, and just try and take opportunities to shove myself into uncomfortable environments and try and just get my threshold up, you know, with what I could and couldn't deal with. But like it was less of a New Year's resolution. I've never been one for those, but like any New Year's resolution, for lack of a better way of putting it, it didn't go over that way. I pretty much just stayed in and just stayed in my house and just kind of basked in that newfound freedom that I had away from school. Wow, I'm actually getting better at doing this while talking. Dude, look at that time we got to spare. Holy chimp. God damn. But, shit. Where do I even, where is this story going? So I never worked. Never got a chance to work on my anxiety. And then October rolled around, and I think I remember during that month I was thinking to myself, yeah, I should try and work on it this month, as if I could like fix my anxiety in a month. But yeah, so it rolled up, and I was and a detail about my anxiety is the thing that makes it so, I guess, vital or like critical is the fact that I vomit, or I feel like I'm gonna vomit. And it's like, you know, when you feel like you're gonna throw up, you kind of just lock up and you can't move, and you know, you try and hold it back. But what my anxiety does is it kind of locks up my throat, and I can sort of feel like mucus in the back of my nose, kind of blocking up the back of my throat, and I can't swallow right, and I can't. It's kind of harder to breathe. And you know, the more I think about it, the worse it gets. Obviously. And so, luckily, at least, I had to go there with I had to go to jury duty with my dad because he got summoned later in the year. And my mom took it as kind of a miracle because initially I was going to go completely alone, pretty much. And, he got summoned. So what she did was also postpone his jury until basically the same day as mine. And so the first deal was like waiting to see if we still had to go that day, because we postponed, which means that if they didn't have anything that day, which that would be unlikely, obviously, whether somebody had committed a crime and was committed to jury on a specific day is pretty likely. Oops. But or you know, whatever. But so he got pushed back to the same day as me, and then we went together that day, and I remember just being a mess. And we got there, and I remember the point of me going was to get myself excused because of my anxiety. I was trying to go and basically tell them, look, I'm like medically unable to cooperate. Like, it's just not gonna, it's just, you know, whatever. Try and get them to excuse me. And so we went, and I remember as soon as I got there, I started feeling okay again. Like, as soon as they had me sit down, like, what the fuck? That was so on, motherfucker. Like, we walked up to the desk, and it's funny because, like, this has become a different story, but there was a point that I'm eventually going to get to at the end of this story that has nothing to do with anything I'm saying, pretty much at this point. Oh, come on, dude. What the fuck is that? I'm like not even touching it. I was not even fucking touching it. Amazing. I fucking hate these cunt ass spiders. Fucking cunts. Sometimes the minigames in this game make me want to play Mario Party 64. That's the only Mario Party game I ever recall playing in my very early childhood before I was even, like, I guess a gamer. Hell of a game. I wish I was more into Nintendo stuff. Someone in the comments recommend a good Nintendo game, Mold. I'm counting on you in a good month or 6 months time. Give me a good Nintendo game, bro. I know you got one. You're like the stick of this series. You're gonna tell me what I want to hear. If I ask, I don't know what I'm saying. So I remember we told the people at the desk about my anxiety and asked to see if I could get excused, and they said, yeah, no problem, just like have a seat over there and we'll get over to you in a minute or whatever, or in a few minutes. So I sat down at a desk, and my dad obviously was going to do jury duty. He wasn't gonna try to be excused. So my dad is the kind of guy who can't wait to put someone behind bars. It's his favorite thing to do. Shout out, Dad. So I sat down, and I remember kind of a dreadful feeling coming over me, because I remember I started to feel okay after I sat there. This is how my anxiety goes. After about a couple of minutes or a minute, my throat started easing up, and I was, kind of looking around, paying attention to my surroundings, and just observing everything going on. And I was looking at all the people and all the rooms and just everything. Or no rooms, I mean like all the chairs where everybody was waiting, and it was just, it was just, I was starting to get used to it, being there after about a minute. And that's the thing about anxiety, is like, your head, I guess your head kind of just makes things out to be terrible. Or it's like, I don't know what goes on in my head to make me think, to be so afraid of these situations. I really don't. But it's just this irrational thing. Your brain isn't even telling you what it could go wrong or what will go wrong or whatever. It's just scared. It's just scared of what, just the idea of being, I guess, it's just like a completely unconscious thing. It's like, I remember as a kid, people used to ask me about my anxiety, like, they always ask, like, oh, well, what are you afraid of? Like, what are you nervous about? And it's like, I don't know. That's what I used to say. And they used to think, oh, so like I'm bullshitting. But no, that was the truth. I don't know what I'm nervous about. It's like, ask my subconscious, ask my unconscious. Like, anyone could just tell themselves like, oh, it's going to be fine, don't worry, it's going to be okay, while breathing heavily and like having a panic attack. And it's just like, that's just how it is to be anxious. It's like, you can't really explain exactly why you're so bent. But it's just like, it's just a feeling, Like, yeah, I'm sure there are people who know exactly why they're nervous for things, or so they say. Like, if you're nervous to go on a first date because you're afraid that you're gonna, I don't know, fart. That's like a very specific thing to be anxious about. But in my case, I tell myself, like, there's no reason to be nervous about what's gonna happen. I should just do it, and there's nothing. There should be nothing that's scaring me. But saying that doesn't help. I'm still terrified. So anyway, I was kind of clearing up, but I was still in my head. I was like, I do not care. And maybe this was probably a definite sign of weakness on my part. Maybe I should have taken the other way. But my dad the whole time was saying like, he was kind of just saying like, once you're there you'll be fine and shit like that. And he ended up being kind of right. Is once I was there I started to get used to it, and but in my head I was like, I don't care. that I'm feeling better now, I still want to go and be excused for anxiety. I can't. I can't do this. Like, I can't let myself do this. And also, like, I was feeling principled because I just don't believe in jury duty, and I don't believe in helping the government in any fucking way, and or whatever. You know, I'm just not. I wasn't interested in partaking at all. I was totally against it, and I still am. So anyway, so they basically said, you can go. They pulled me aside and they said, you can go, and we're gonna postpone your day or whatever, and what you have to do is go to your doctor and get them to tell us that you have anxiety that's, you know, permanent and like incurable or whatever. Like, just get them to tell us that you can't go. And I was like, okay. So then I was like nervous about my doctor I was nervous that she wasn't gonna do it. Like, she's gonna try and put me on some fucking medication for it or whatever. Like, I'd already been down that road and whatnot. But anyway, the point of the story wasn't even about my anxiety. The point of the story was actually about driving. So you can see how much we fucking derailed here. But I remember coming home that day, and I took I was kind of just in my jacket. You know, I dressed kind of nice to go there. And I was kind of just in this nice dress jacket, this flannel that I had recently got. And man, it was such a fucking nice day out. It was fucking beautiful. It was so beautiful. And I just walked outside, out the front door without saying a thing. And I just went for a walk. Like, I was so glad that it was kind of over with, or at least it was, I don't know. It was over-ish. Like, it was I think the hardest, I guess I was thinking the hardest part is over. Like, it's, this situation isn't completely over, but the hardest part is, at least. And I don't have to think about it for another couple of weeks. And then we'll see what'll happen. But today I'm good. And I live on a kind of a mountainous back road. You know, I don't live in like a suburb or in a city. I live kind of in the middle of nowhere-ish. Outskirts of my town. And so I just left my house and just went for a walk. And I just walked, you know, I didn't get far. And I'm certainly not, you know, in shape. But ever since then, it wasn't like an epiphany that happened to me while I was walking. But ever since then, whenever I think about driving, I think to myself, I don't even want to drive. Like, driving, like when you're driving, you're really just speeding past so much shit in just seconds. Like, you're missing out on so much. But when you're walking, you can see everything. Like, you can stop in the middle of wherever you are and just fucking take it in. Just pay attention to your surroundings. And, you know, like, I think that's something I don't understand about, like, people in their wanderlust and they want to drive. It's like, dude, I want to walk. If I want to go somewhere, I want to go there and take my time. I'm not in a hurry. And so I think about, you know, younger people who are maybe 16 or whatever, I don't know, 1719 or whatever. And I just think about that wanderlust that you have when you're a kid. And I can't help but think, like, man, to see the world is so much more complicated than flying on a plane or there's so much more to it. Anybody can just hop in a car and speed along, you know, on the railway with everyone else. And, you know, all of what you're traveling to explore is passing by you by the second. You know, it's all just going straight by. And it makes me think about just cars and how they're just like these giant metal death traps that are so heavy and so dangerous. And I feel like, man, back when people had no choice but to either walk or like horse and buggy or whatever, at least they were able to take in the environment. And who knows, you know, maybe we were never meant to. Now, I'm not one for like fate or destiny, but like maybe we were never meant to like see the world in such a form where it's just like we're flying by it. You know, maybe back in a time where most people had to walk and see the world at such a pace that was so slow, maybe it was better that way. And maybe that meant that people weren't ever meant to travel across the globe, you know, and then tourism wouldn't exist. And people would just be where they were because that's where they had to be. And they couldn't go very far because they couldn't. So I just think about stuff like that. Whoops. I don't really know, man. I just think that driving is not, like, it's weird to have this stance, especially in today's age, where it's like, I don't want to drive. Well, it's like, Jesus, that's weird. Like, that's a weird thing to not want to drive it in today's day and age, to give up such a, I guess, a valuable thing, I guess. And it's also like it's become a tradition. When you turn a certain age, you gotta get a car. And why does everybody have to have a car? Everybody has to drive by a certain age. You know? Like the fact that it's become like a human tradition that for when kids turn a certain age, they get to drive. And it's like, why does everyone need a car? Is that is that society's goal? For every person to have a vehicle? So it's like, what, you know, like everybody's kid has to have a car, and everybody has to have their own car. It's like a house, right? I don't know. It's like, obviously I'm just kind of like arguing things that are like inarguable. But I think the main thing for me is like, I just don't really want to travel that much. I mean, I do, but I don't want the world to pass me by, you know, a mile per second. I'm not the kind of person who wants to sit in a car and, you know, travel through a city at 40 miles per hour and call that, you know, like, wanderlust. Because it's not. I wanna walk to my destinations and take my time and really take in what I'm seeing and really truly explore. I don't want to be like a tourist. I just want to be a human. You know, how do you think that tourists, you know, become citizens? How do you think that, like, people, you know, they live? That's how. They live in those places. And it's like, if you aren't living in those places when you're there, then what are you doing? Just visiting. And it's like, what are you learning? I don't know. Like, I want to go to Paris, but I'm not just going to go there for a week or a weekend. I'll probably stay there for like a month or months. Maybe I'll live there. And that's what I plan to do with a lot of places I go. So when it comes to like cars and buses and trains and fucking planes, it's like, yeah, I'm sure some of them are kind of necessary depending on where you want to go or why, and you know how much effort you want to put into it. Pretty sure not many people would be opposed to getting on a plane to go travel to somewhere that's across the fucking planet. But I guess my overall point is, if you haven't understood what I'm saying yet, maybe this might help. My point is that I'm not in a hurry. You know, I'm perfectly willing to take my time. I'm not in a hurry to explore the world. I want to do it thoroughly, and, you know, I'm just not in a rush. Everybody's in a big rush, always, and I just don't want to be. What? 2 seconds, man, come on! This episode has gone on for way longer than I wanted it to. I'm not sure if, like, it was worth talking about this, but I was just thinking about it yesterday. And how, like, when I was a kid, you know, I just used to have this incredible wanderlust, and I just wanted to go, go, go. I wanted to live in California. I think a lot of people, like, grow up wanting to live on the opposite side of the planet than they do. But then I just, you know, somewhere along the line, I just started thinking to myself, you know, this is my home. And, like, I know a home is just like an abstract concept that, you know, you could just choose to view it that way. But, yeah, that's how I view it. I mean, my house is my home, and I want to stay here. I don't want to leave. I want to know that I can come back here throughout my life and be able to call this my true bonfire, you know, my resting spot. And I'm not in a hurry to leave or go anywhere else. I'm not in a hurry to be yanked away from it. I'm not in a hurry to drive, but I'll take a nice walk or maybe a bike ride. I think the only vehicle I would really care to have would be like a motorcycle. I would maybe get a bike, cause that's about as free as you can get probably on the road, while you're shuffling through the lanes with everybody else as this fucking collective assignment. I think I'm just crazy. Been thinking that for years, but sometimes that just pops into my head. It's like, yeah, I'm saying this shit, but also I'm probably just insane, and nobody probably understands what I'm talking about. Not even me. No way! The Two-Faced invasion has ended. Nobody care. So yeah, I'm just fucking batshit crazy. Don't listen to what I have to say. I'm fucking nuts. Disregard this whole video, 40 minutes. Damn, these trolley games really get fucking hard when you get up in the playgrounds. Guess today was a trolley day. Which I'm not even complaining, because Hey man, I'm sure I could use the births, so we could I guess we could check and see how many births we have after this is after we're done here, which I guess is my last game since my fucking epic retard rant is over. Dude. Dude! Wait, what the fuck? This is my new objective. I think I lost it. Oh my god. I got one barrel. How did that give me 40? That's the funny part about that game is like, you're like, no, I wanted all 4 barrels, but it's like it doesn't, the reward isn't determined by the amount of barrels that you have saved. It's just determined by if you can at least have one for the amount of time that the round exists. I guess we can go check out the catalog. I guess a lot's happening in this episode, isn't it? I guess for my toon tasks, I don't really know what I'll do. Maybe I'll have a friend on. You know, maybe we'll have a nice feature, you know. Who knows, maybe a Gary collab, I don't know. Who knows? I have to wait till at least April for that. Yeah, we got to almost a thou. It's pretty good. Nothing like some classic trolley games, you know. Actually felt kind of good to just do that for an episode. Even though I think that was last episode. Gotta hit the road, guys. Yeah, thanks for watching. You realize that I haven't uploaded on this channel for a while. There should be, I think, one video. Don't do it, don't do it, Jelly. Oh. I think he would look good in that. I can't be giving it. Oh, pro. Jelly. I want to give him that shit so bad. Let's see, like, is that new? Royal Residence? Badass. I realize that I haven't been uploading on this channel, but I don't really know what to do. Feeling a little weird, like, there are certain games that I want to play on stream, but I don't. And so I'm having a hard time streaming, and it's weird. So, but whatever, I'm not gonna like sit here and complain about it, because there's nothing really to say, except, you know, videos come out when they come out, and you know this. Spiffy, you know this. And, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll start a new Let's Play or something. It seems like it might actually be kind of like a good time for that. Something fresh, something new, where it's like I could just have this new, fresh feeling, I guess. I have no idea what I would play. Maybe I could go back to my Minecraft series, or maybe I should start a completely new game. I don't know. Thanks for watching. See ya.